Hello, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, my name is Leah, I make book content. And for those of you that are coming back, hello, sorry there was a bit of a gap there. I returned to Yorkshire, God's County. And while I was there, I did very little. I read maybe 30 pages of a book. I hung out with my best friend. I, cleared my lungs, because that's what nature is for. Truth be told, I spent, 10 days that I was there, desperately trying to complete a video game called Alice Madness Returns. I had it when I was a kid. I never finished it. My sister finished it like twice, so I was really determined this time. And despite getting the feedback from people like my dad, who said things like, "You suck at this," I did it. I beat it, I completed it, I got most of the extra little bonus point things. It was a great time. It was the most success I think I felt, maybe in all of 2020. So let's move on from that quickly before I dwell too hard. And I've come back just in time for the Reading Rush. For those of you that don't know, the Reading Rush is run by Ariel Bissett and Raylene LeMay. Every year they do a week-long set of challenges to try and encourage people to read as much as possible. I think this has been timed beautifully since I don't know what it is that's in the air, but oh boy oh am I struggling to read anything at the moment. I just haven't got the mental capacity, I can't focus, everything is just crumbling away. So why not use this to really throw ourselves back into it? There are 7 challenges and a book club book. I do not currently have a copy of that. I will be surprised if I get through my current stack, let alone adding another one on top of that. And also I am on a no book buy, in theory, for the rest of the year. People can buy me books, but my birthday isn't until January, so I've missed that boat. So they set 7 challenges. You don't have to have 1 book per challenge. So in reality, I have 5 books for 7 challenges. Originally, I only had 4. One of these is like a, if I somehow get through these 4, then this will be my back burner one. Let's have a look at what I'm reading, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. First challenge is cover the colour of your birthstone. My birthstone is garnet because I am born in January. I'm also an Aquarius. Libra moon, Gemini rising, very airy chart. And then I've combined this one with the second challenge, which is a book that starts with the word the. And the book I've got for this is The Power by Naomi Aldman. I got this mixed up with Vox for ages. I knew that people loved some book that had to do with women and power, electricity, a red cover. So I read Vox and I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was fine. I couldn't understand why people loved it so much. And then I discovered the one that I had in mind was this one. The one that all my friends had told me to read was this one. In reality, I'm now a bit more excited to read this one. For the next challenge, which is a book of a movie you liked, the obvious choice to me, the only choice that made sense to me, was Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. I have never read the book. I have like a collector's edition, as well as this one, which I picked up from my uncle's, because I think this one's more readable and I won't want to ruin the collectible one. I have watched the cartoon. I've watched the live action where there's that brunette with a yellow dress. I've watched the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland so many times. When I was younger, I knew all of the words to it. I'd watch the behind the scenes with all of the CGI and animation about 100 times because I thought it was beautiful. I had the film poster. Oh my god, it was one of my favourite things. And as I mentioned, I was a big fan of a video game very loosely based around the story, Alice Madness Returns. This shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. It's the big challenge is the fact that he writes it in a certain kind of way, isn't it? That's like the whole quirk of it. Now we're going to actually sit down and read it properly. Amazing. Next up was The First Book You Touch. Now this is a very loosey-goosey kind of thing. The idea was that you would interpret that however you want, and I have set myself the challenge to read everything Margaret Atwood has ever written. My uncle was a big fan of her, had all of her books. He lent me the Testaments in December. Bear in mind it came out in September. He'd read it twice in that time, which is insane. But I basically, in order to pick for this, I chose 5 of her books that were shorter because some of them are like chunky. I like shuffled them, I like laid them out randomly on my bed. I spun around a couple of times to really like mess up my sense of perception, and I just reached down and I got Bluebird's Egg. No idea what this is about, couldn't tell you. Oh, it's short stories. Okay. I probably would not have chosen this for myself. Cool. That's the joys of this, isn't it? Okay. Maybe I intersperse these then. Maybe I read like a short story and then Wonderland and then a short story and then The Power. I don't know. Okay. Next challenge was read a book completely outside your house. This is one that they have offered alterations for because of COVID. I have a balcony though, so it shouldn't be that difficult. And the one I'm going to read is the next book that I'm going to show you because it's really short and it should be easily done. I don't know how sunny it's going to be in Manchester. So, but this falls into a genre you want to read more of. The first thing that came to mind was non-fiction, and I'm not throwing that in a reading challenge because I know I'll fail. I know myself, I know I cannot sit down and just read a non-fiction book cover to cover, so I didn't even bother with that. When I thought of other stuff, Atwood, as a collective, I guess I could kind of say it's not a genre, it's an author, but what I ended up choosing was classic dystopian. I don't really care for classics that much. I have read Jane Eyre and that might be it, to be fair. It was fine, it was okay. I'm not that bothered about like the Brontes and stuff like that. There are some classics I'm interested in, some I'm not, so I'm not like collectively, but dystopian I love. And people always tell me like, oh, you need to read the classics, like Brave New World, which I don't have, which I do have a copy of, and then this one, Animal Farm by George Orwell. I also kind of like the idea of reading this during a reading rush because Ariel Bissett always says that George Orwell is her favourite author, so that kind of feels like nice and full circle, you know? But yeah, never read it. Read 1984, had no real understanding of the premise apart from that was about censorship. And then, yeah, like 75% of the way in, the thing with the cage happened, and I remember like finishing that book. I was in the bath in my old apartment, like it was raining on the skylight. It was very like moody setting, and I just sort of sat there afterwards like So I hope to have a similar reaction to this. That would be fun, especially in a pandemic. And then the final challenge was read a book that is set on a different continent from the one you live on. Now, in reality, Orwell is set on a farm in America, so that's a different continent. No idea where this is set. There's a hurricane involved and Jamaican birds, so I'm thinking not the UK, maybe the Caribbean? Either way, not Europe. And then Alice in Wonderland is set down a hole, but it does start up sat on next to some river in the UK, doesn't it? So that doesn't count. So in reality, I've got the other continent thing ticked off, but nonetheless, I have, yeah, like a burner book if I do actually get through all of those, not crossing my fingers, which is Tokyo Ueno Station by Yu Miri. The main reason I want to read this is actually, I think the publishing house is really cool, Tilted Axis Press. They do a lot of translated minority fiction. It's a lot of like Asian, Southeast Asian, Indian, translated fiction, and the topics are often things that are not considered like mainstream topics. This is about homelessness in Tokyo. So yeah, that is my maybe book. And there we have it. Those are the books I intend to tackle during the Reading Rush 2020. For more information about Reading Rush, I will link the website down below. And if you are interested in any of these books, I will put the links in the description, along with my affiliate link for hive.co.uk. For those of you that don't know, I have an affiliate link with an online distributor that helps you support independent bookstores who are particularly under attack. All independent stores are during coronavirus, during lockdown. I saw a tweet from a store down south called Woodbridge Emporium that had opened up and had their worst day of sales. So at the end, if you want to designate your sales to them in particular, that would be cool, or check out their website specifically. Yeah, and with the affiliate link, any money that I make off it, I am donating to stonewall.org.uk. If that in any way incentivizes you to check out the link. I don't want your money, it's not going to me. I am not buying anything apart from groceries. Thank you so much for watching. I intend to upload a little bit more because I'm still unemployed. Furloughed. But thank you so much. If you want updates on how the reading rush goes, I will be most active on my Instagram, IndieBookAdvo. Feel free to check that out. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everyone is staying safe and staying kind. Wearing your mask. They're going to be mandatory in the UK from the 24th of July, so make sure you get a reusable one from a website like Etsy, then you can wash them and not, you know, keep having to bin them every time you use them. But, you know, just use your brain, use your noggin, stay safe, stay lovely. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.